How's it going, everybody? Adam here from Maple Monkey Media. We're outside in front of the garden, and in today's episode we're getting all of our jalapenos picked because we're gonna make, for the first time ever, cowboy candy. If that's something you've never heard of, well, stick along for the journey because it's our first time doing it as well. So let's get into it. I'll show you these jalapeno plants filled with some jalapenos, and hopefully we get a good haul. Those are some of our jalapeno plants we got kicking around. We have some more scattered out through here. We're gonna get picking. We have the basket out front to put them all in, and hopefully we're gonna get around 2 to 3 pounds is what the recipe's calling for. So let's get our jalapenos on the go. Let's get this episode on the go, and let's make some cowboy candy. Yeehaw! Well, we had a great jalapeno haul, just one big massive one right there. At least I'm hoping it's a jalapeno, but we have this bucket pretty well filled with jalapenos. We were able to harvest some of these peppers and tomatoes as well. We got some Chinese 5 colors, some cayenne, santakas, chili peppers, all kinds of good stuff, but we're gonna deal with those on another day. Today, like I say, we're gonna be using up all of these jalapenos here, and we're going to be making what's called cowboy candy. Check it out, y'all. Look at our jalapeno harvest. Loving it. It is just absolutely delightful. Got some good sized ones. We got this jumbo, or what I think is a jalapeno. It was on a jalapeno plant, I'm pretty sure. Not unless it's a lookalike, but that's fine. But all of these, awesome stuff. Look at that, just beautiful stuff. All right, well, we're back into the kitchen. We have an awesome haul of peppers here. I have the ingredients and I have my recipe in front of me. It's calling for around 3 to 4 pounds of jalapenos. So I have the scale here, and we're gonna see if we have anywhere around there. So we'll get on the scale. After that, we're gonna get them chopped up. We're gonna get the stems all chopped off here, and then we're gonna cut them into 1/8 to 1/4 inch slices. But first, let's see if we have what they're looking for, between 3 and 4 pounds. All right, we got our scale here. We got our food scale, got our bucket. Let's get that tared off, and we'll see if we have. All right, now we'll see how much peppers we actually have. Oh, we just hit a pound. 1.4, 2 pounds, 2.4 pounds, almost 3 pounds. There we are, 3.4 pounds, so we're good there. We've hit the minimum of the 3 pounds they say to look for. And let's see, we've got a couple left. So we're just shy of 4 pounds. Beautiful. There we go, we got 3.11 pounds of fresh homegrown jalapenos for our cowboy candy. So let's get these destemmed, and we'll get these all chopped up as well. Just gonna give them a quick wash here. Get off garden off of them. We have our cutting board, we have our knife out. So what we're gonna do is we're just going to de-stem all of these jalapenos. After that, we're gonna cut them into uniform slices, anywhere about from 1/8 to 1/4 inch. So as you see, we have a little bit of work to do in front of us. We'll come back when all these are de-stemmed, and we'll get on with our next process. Unfortunately, we don't have any gloves, but gonna have to just deal with it, I guess. That's the easiest way to de-stem. So just like that, I'm gonna leave the seeds in just because, you know, I want a spicy cowboy candy. But if you want it a little bit cooler, then obviously take the seeds out when you're doing this. So we'll get all these cut off, and we'll make some cowboy candy. Yeehaw! So here we are, we have everything all destemmed, our bowl of jalapenos here. The next step is we'll get them down and we'll cut them into approximately 1/8 to 1/4 inch slices. So these are the size that we're cutting them into right now. Probably would be beneficial if we have gloves, but we don't have any gloves. So just for your information, if you're doing this kind of stuff with the hot peppers and you don't want your hands to get all full of the juices, definitely use gloves, because I've had it before where my hands burn for a day or two with not using them. So fingers crossed that we can get it done without too much pain and spice in our hands. So we'll get all of these cut up into 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch pieces. After this, we'll get our syrup that's going to be going into everything all made up, and we're going to get on to the next progress. So there was one pepper out there, absolutely huge. I wasn't sure if it was a jalapeno, but I checked on the rest of the plant. There was other smaller ones growing, but I have never seen a jalapeno grow this big. Definitely a jalapeno, because you can smell the spiciness on it, but let me know if you've seen a jalapeno grow this big. The thing is absolutely huge. It's the full size of my hand, and you know, by any means, I don't have small hands. So like I say, awesome stuff. Imagine if you had your whole garden of jalapenos like that. You'd get a nice haul, but we're happy with what we get, and we'll continue on cutting them. Alrighty, y'all, we have our peppers here all sliced up into 1/4 and 1/8 inch slices. Let's just look at the recipe here. In a large pot, bring the apple cider vinegar, sugar, turmeric, celery seed, garlic, and cayenne to a boil. Okay, so we're gonna need 2 cups of apple cider vinegar. And that's right here, what we're using. Two cups is 500 mils, right? Mm-hmm. Perfect, so this whole bottle. So we're gonna use this whole bottle, it's 500 mils, 2 cups. We'll get this into our pot. Then we need our sugar. So we need 6 cups of granulated sugar. I guess if you're diabetic, definitely don't use this, because 6 cups of sugar would pretty near kill you. Hence why they call it Cowboy Candy, I guess. So we're just using just regular old granulated sugar. Boom. So this is 4 cups, and then another 2 cups makes 6. That's almost 4. So there's our 4 cups. We'll dump that in here as well. And we need another 2 cups. 2 cups, 2 cups, 2 cups. So there's our another 2 cups here for a total of 6 cups. Next we're going to need our turmeric. So we're going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. Got our turmeric here. And like I say, we're just going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. So there that is. Next, we're going to do our celery seed, and we're going to need a half a teaspoon of celery seed as well. If you've checked out my video making, I think it was dill pickles or bread and butter pickles, if you're looking for spices, head to the bulk barn. We got this for like 59 cents, where originally it would be, if you're getting it in a Walmart or something like that, it'd be close to $5 or $6. So half a teaspoon of celery seed goes in here as well. Set that aside because we're making some chow chow. You might want to check out that video if you haven't. Let's see here, what's next? Granulated garlic. We need 3 teaspoons of granulated garlic. Or just as it's known, garlic powder. So that's what we're using. Giant Tiger garlic powder. So what did I say? 3 teaspoons. Where's my teaspoon? 3 teaspoons. There's 1. There's 2. Oh, and there's 3. Let's see, garlic, cayenne. So we need 1 teaspoon of cayenne. Here's our teaspoon of cayenne that we're putting in. There we go. So this is the mixture that we're going to use for our syrup. We're going to give this a stir, and we're going to see what the recipe calls for after this. So there is what our syrup's looking like so far. Just give it a stir around, kind of get everything at least somewhat mixed together. There we go. That's going to be absolutely delicious. Here's our jalapenos chopped up into 1/4 and 1/8 inch slices. Okay, let's see what it says here next. So in a large pot, bring apple cider vinegar, sugar, turmeric, celery seed, garlic, and cayenne to a boil. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring this concoction to a boil. After that, we're going to reduce the heat and we're going to let it simmer for 5 minutes. After it's simmering for 5 minutes, we'll raise the heat back up. We'll add the pepper slices. We'll bring it to a hard boil. And then reduce heat and simmer for exactly 4 minutes. So those are the steps next. So the next step is we'll get this, we'll get the pot here in behind me onto the stove, and we'll get that up to a boil. Okay, so check it out. We have our syrup concoction boiling now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to turn this down to kind of a medium-low heat, and we're going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes, and then we'll come back to it. So it's been 5 minutes since our syrup is simmering. We have it on low heat right now, so we're going to turn it back up, and we're going to get it to hard boiling. And after that, when it's ready, hard boiling, we're going to bring our jalapeno mixture over here, our slices, and we're going to put it right into the pot here. All right, we have a hard boil going on here, so we'll add our jalapenos to the mixture here. Bad boys in there. There we go. So we have our peppers in here, and we're going to bring this back up to a hard boil. Pepper slices are in our pot. We're gonna wait till we get this bad boy back up to a hard boil. And what does the recipe say after that? It says, add pepper slices, return to a hard boil, reduce heat, and we'll let it simmer for 4 minutes. Boil, baby, boil. Ooh, that smells peppery, spicy. So it's our first time trying this recipe for Cowboy Candy. It'll be our first time actually doing Cowboy Candy. There's a couple we watch on YouTube as well. Check them out if you haven't. Simply Living Alaska. They made us want to do the Cowboy Candy because we've seen them do it over the past little bit, and it looks absolutely delicious. They said it is just, you know, to die for pretty well, and everybody that makes it says that if you give it away to people that they'll want to come back for more. So fingers crossed that this recipe turns out good. Definitely go check out the channel Simply Living Alaska too. They do a lot of great videos, canning, processing. You know, they're up in Alaska. Great channel. Oh, I almost forgot. So before or even after, right around this point, we're gonna want to get another, this is our water bath canner right there. So we're gonna get our jars filled up and we're gonna get them sterilized and decontaminated. We'll get our water boiling and we'll get ready to transfer everything over in the next, you know, 5, 10, 15 minutes or so. So our jalapenos are starting to turn a darker green. We're slowly getting ready to get it to go to a hard boil. We have our jars over here almost coming to a simmer. So we'll get those out and we'll get them set over here. And once that's the case, we'll get this up back to a hard boil, let it simmer for 4 minutes, and then we'll get filling up our jars. Alrighty, y'all. We got a nice boil going on our syrup and our peppers. So we're gonna turn this down, turn it down to about medium. Ooh, that's spicy. And we're gonna let that simmer for 4 minutes. Jars are good, they're nice and sterile, so we'll get those out. These are gonna simmer for 4 minutes and then we'll fill our jars. Go. Okay, we've been simmering the jalapenos for 4 minutes. There we go. Going to fill our jars with our jalapenos. All right. Oh, it smells so good. And we're gonna leave about a 1/4 inch headspace. So I'll just come back to these ones and we'll fill them up. Get them packed down, filled up. Oh, that smells good. Spicy. See if we can get one more. I'm just going to press those down with a spoon. Okay, let's just press those down a little bit. Oh, might only actually get 3 jars. Might only get 3 jars by the looks of it. I'll have to transfer some. Yeah, all right. So we're gonna have to do a little modification here. we'll just use this jar to fill up the rest, because we don't have enough, unfortunately. Hoping to get 4, but by the time we press it down, get them all packed in there, it's looking like 3. All right, I was hoping we would get 4 jars, but it's only looking like we're going to get 3 after we get them packed down there, but that's absolutely fine. So we're going to bring this concoction, our syrup, back over to the stove here, and we're just going to bring this back up to a boil, and we're going to boil the syrup for another 6 minutes. So here's what they're looking like. First attempts at Cowboy Candy, first 3 jars. That's what 4 pounds of jalapenos will get you for your Cowboy Candy. After the syrup is back up to a boil for 6 minutes here, we'll bring that back over, and then we'll fill up the jars with the syrup. All right, so our syrup has been hard boiling for about 6 minutes. So next we're going to fill up our jars with our syrup, leaving 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch headspace. Okay, there we go. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of move these around, see if we can't get out any of the air pockets that are in there. So we'll just give that a couple little jabs in each one, get out the air pockets, and adjust your filling if there's some air pockets in there that you see. So adjust it accordingly. There we go. So it looks like I'll just add a little bit more to these ones. Just like so. That one's good. So we have brine left over, and if you do the same recipe, you probably will too. So I have some extra jars here set aside, and you can use this brine for roasts and different meals like that. So definitely don't throw it away. Just set aside a couple extra jars, and we'll get that into these jars here. And these will be good for roasts. Max is over there having a dream, I guess. Oh yeah. Okay, you're gonna want a wet paper towel, and this is probably one of the most important tasks right here. We're gonna want to make sure that we have a nice clean seal on our lids. So just go around the top of the each of your cans and make sure that there's no gunk or no residue left over that that's going to prevent you from getting a clean seal. So just wipe them all down nice and thoroughly, get all that stuff off of there. There we go. Now we're going to get our bands, and we're just going to put those on fingertip tight. We're going to bring them over back to our water bath canner. We're going to put them in. There's 1, 2, 3. All right, we'll get our brine put in there as well. So we have our everything in our water bath canner here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this back up to a boil, and once it's at a boil, if you're using half pint jars, boil it for 10 minutes. If you're using full pint jars, boil it for 15 minutes. Where we're using full pint jars, we're going to boil it for 15 minutes. We're going to take it out, set it aside, and then it's going to be good. Bob's your uncle, and yeehaw. So like I said earlier, the full recipe, step-by-step instructions will be on my Facebook page, same name as this, Maple Monkey Media. If you want to go check it out, follow it along, you can get behind the scenes footage and a lot more content as well. This recipe, it only called for 3 pounds. We used 4 pounds, and we got 3 full pint jars. So that's not too bad. We got 3 full pint jars and 2 jars of brine. So I figure if we added in another 3 pounds of jalapenos, we would have got the full 5 pint jars filled with Cowboy Candy. We're gonna let this get up to a boil, and we're gonna let it process. Once it's at a boil for 15 minutes, I'll take it out, and then our Cowboy Candy is all good for the trail. Strap it on the back of your horse, put on your cowboy hat, and yeehaw, let's go on to the next one. Yeehaw. Alrighty, y'all. Well, we've been processing our Cowboy Candy for about 15 minutes in our water bath canner here. We're gonna get this set off onto our cooling rack next, and we'll let those cool for 24 hours. Okay, so get this turned off and let these puppies all cool down. Here's our brine. There we go, beautiful stuff. So here we are all good, processed for 15 minutes. We have our 3 jars of Cowboy Candy, we have our 2 jars of brine, and with the leftovers that we had for the brine in our can, we have them in here, and we're going to try cooking with it with our chicken for the first time, which is going to be absolutely delicious, I think. So if you do this recipe and you have leftover brine, don't throw away the brine, can it up, use the extras for chicken, roasts, anything like that nature, you know, pretty much anything, because it's going to be an absolutely delicious little treat. So we're going to let these cool down after processing for 15 minutes. We're going to let them cool down for about 24 hours. We will get them marked, and we'll put them in our storage pantry, which is just growing ever so fastly. It's crazy how many cans we've had ever since we started water bath canning this year. So this will be the video. very first time making Cowboy Candy. When we open up a jar, we'll give you a little taste test. So muchly appreciate y'all taking some time out of your day to stop by the channel, see what's happening here at Maple Monkey Media. My name is Adam, and we're gonna sign off for the day. Keep that stick on the ice. There is no failure. You just gotta keep on going, and your dreams only have to make sense to yourself. God bless y'all, and we'll see y'all very, very shortly for probably another schooly video. We're gonna be making great progress with the schooly in the next little bit. 3 weeks before we move, and we'll show you some new updates, lots more content, lots more videos. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, y'all. God bless. Adam signing off. Woo, 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 woo. Cheers, y'all. God bless.